After life on Earth is eradicated in nuclear warfare, the Oankali, an alien species that trades in DNA, saves what remains of the human race so they can make the offer of a lifetime. In order for humans to have the opportunity to repopulate what remains of Earth, they must trade genetic traits the Oankali find favorable. In this instance, they find developing cancer to be a great talent that they can manipulate to regrow and reshape their body. This comes at a great cost though, because this means the genetic manipulation of humans raises the question of whether or not you'd still be a human if your DNA is changed. The Oankali believe that humans have a fatal combination of intelligence and hierarchical tendencies, which led to their mutual destruction. 250 years after the events of the war that ended civilization, Lilith Iapo is tasked with choosing 40 survivors to come to terms with the stakes at hand and learn to work together without tearing themselves apart in Dawn by Octavia Butler. Published in 1987, Dawn is the first in the Xenogenesis trilogy. She was heavily influenced by the rhetoric of former President Ronald Reagan during the Cold War, using rhetoric to describe America's path toward victory.
My fellow Americans, I'm pleased to tell you today that I've signed legislation that will outlaw Russia forever. We begin bombing in 5 minutes.
When Lilith is awakened, she meets the genetic engineering Oankali, rejecting her role in their grand schemes, which ultimately proves to them that she's got the right temperament for this leadership role. They genetically modify her body to give her the ability to heal rapidly, have incredible physical strength, and eidetic memory. It takes her a long time to come to terms with her role, and an even longer time to get used to the Oankali. Although they've modified their appearance to resemble humans more and speak Earth languages, their appearance is uncanny and discomforting. They are a species with 3 genders, male, female, and Uloi. The Uloi are the ones that can modify genes. They are not a technologically advanced species, preferring to use organic matter to manipulate to their needs, including the ship they use to orbit Earth. They have sensory tentacles that allow them to perceive with heightened senses compared to humans, including the ability to read unconscious nonverbal communication. The Oankali use this ability to go against the verbal consent of those they captured. The Oankali never seem to understand the objections given to them by the humans. When Lilith begins selecting the first batch of humans that will return to Earth, she has the impossible task of convincing them that life on Earth ended over 250 years ago. They are captives of an alien species inside a ship made of organic matter, and they cannot return to Earth if they do not come to believe the reality, or become violent. They will be put to sleep to try again, but if they become violent, they can never return, and will have to live out the rest of their lives with their Oankali family on the ship. The humans never have a choice in the matter, which causes considerable tensions. As those tensions boil over, sides are chosen as the humans debate if they can even trust Lilith. She has already been genetically modified, so less human and more like their captors already, and what she asks of them means the end of the human race as they know it, as their children will truly be a new generation, not quite human and not quite Oankali. The Oankali aren't the only ones that have gone to distant places in search of trade. The novel is broadly an allegory for colonization. Imperialist powers of the past have also exploited the people and resources of less powerful lands in exchange for civilization. The novel asks us to consider our own nature. What makes us human? Does it really boil down to senseless violence stemming from hierarchies and intelligence? Or are the Oankali wrong in their beliefs about biological determinism? With that in mind, do humans have the will to come together on equal terms to build a new, better future?